You know, there's been a lot written and a lot said about the financial crisis of 2008. Where do you stand on the prosecution or lack thereof of Wall Street and the too big to fail bank CEOs for criminal and civil penalties? Many people have said there have been no perk walk. Bernie Madoff is about the only one in jail because of all of this. So where do you stand on this issue of the lack of prosecution of some of the people who have perpetrated some of the worst financial crimes in our history?
I believe certainly there should be criminal investigations. We had a meltdown of unprecedented proportions, but that meltdown doesn't necessarily reflect criminal activity. And so everyone is presumed innocent until they are found guilty. What it does reflect is 30 years of an effort to deregulate the financial industry so that when they do the things they did, it won't be criminal, we'll bear the cost, and they'll get the money. And so to the extent laws were broken, and I'm sure there were some laws broken, there was fraud committed, especially in contexts like countrywide, everyone who committed a crime should be prosecuted. But the more fundamental question is, how are we going to deal with our financial system so it benefits all of us rather than the few who run the financial system? And in that context, I'm in favor of much stricter regulations, much smaller limits on the sizes of banks. We should not have banks that, with 4 of them having assets that are now, if I remember correctly, close to 50% of the gross domestic product of the United States. My boundary for that would be about 5% of the gross domestic product, which would require breaking up all of the big banks, and that would take us a long way towards solving the problem. Actually, being a Texan, I was very sad when federal law preempted Texas law that said we could not have branch banks. Do y'all remember that, or any of y'all living here when that was true? That was a better way to run a banking system. And I don't think we're going to get there nationally, but we certainly can limit their size so we limit the harm they can do.